And baby, when you call me, you can call me out. Call me out. All right. Let's just transition this over and back to the single thing so I don't do anything silly like I have a couple of times now. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. As some of you are aware, some of you may not be, I took a 1-week break. Actually, looking back, I don't think I uploaded those last 2 videos to the archive. Ooh. Well, people that only watch that will probably get a little bonus. Sorry, hold on. Ugh. Something caught in my throat. Yeah. Well, anyway. For today's stream, we are going to be starting up Control. This is a game that I have played some of, never gotten anywhere near beating. I think the farthest I ever made it was the Quarry. So that'll be something. Right. Let me just get the game up and then we'll make sure that it's actually streaming for you guys properly. Actually, I don't need to. Yeah. Auto's working just fine. Good. That actually doesn't happen as often as I hope it does sometimes. All right, and I've got the chat and everything all up. Might need to move them around, but we'll see. So yeah, I am somewhat familiar with this game. Never watched anyone play all the way through. I've actually played farther than I've watched people make it through. So there's that. The first 1, maybe 2 streams. Mission. Oh. Okay. Will probably be catching up to where I've played personally. Did I ever? Okay. I never noticed that before, so we'll leave that off. Yeah, it always seemed to run just fine. So I guess that this will be a good test. Turn subtitles on, definitely. Will be a good test to see how it is for you guys. First off, headphones warning. I'm going to turn on the desktop audio. Yeah, it's very low. It's just the background music right now. Once we start getting actual voice lines, I'll come back and see how things are going. Yeah, everything else is looking good. Yeah, that's right. I put shield on that button. So as you guys can see here, I've actually got 2 other buttons on my mouse for ease of access. All right, let's go there and we'll start a new game. Overwrite all previous progress. Yeah, I never made it that far anyway. Not installed on my SSD due to storage reasons, but so loading is going to take a little bit, but
This is gonna be weirder than usual.
Hmm.
Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster.
Sorry, guys. My overlay's not coming through quite right. I could have swore it was working before. Okay. Borderless. There we go. For some reason it was working before, but then as soon as the game started, it stopped. I figured it's like, oh, this is going to work fine in full screen, but no. Okay. Sorry, guys. I wanted to make sure I can see you. That's all.
The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
Okay, so this game is fully voice acted. Whenever we're in a cutscene like that, I'm going to do my best not to talk over it unless there's a good reason. Or just something I want to say that I think might be funny. But I'm not going to I'm going to do my best not to interrupt those. In the actual game like this, oh yeah, I am noticing how did I not notice the motion blur before? Gosh dang. Film grain can stay in. That's a nice little effect. Although you guys probably can't see it, but that motion blur was getting me. Anyway. Wait, did it? Or did I need to? No, I didn't need to confirm anything. Okay. Still feels a little bit like it's there, but it's hard to tell. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to gather as many of these as we can. We'll go over them as we get them. Federal Bureau of Control. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything quote-unquote smart. Number 2, pencils. Any object considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, e.g. rubber ducks and ketchup bottles. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. So here's the multimedia. This is like videos, correspondence, or what we just got. Then there's case files and research records. These two are important, and we'll probably and the information in them will probably end up saving our lives a time or two. All right, what's in there? Go in. Yes. Internal lockdown in effect. Building lockdown in effect. Multiple containment breaches detected. Oh boy. Multiple building shifts detected. That's not good. Head of research override. HRA protocol activated. So yeah, if you've ever watched the show Warehouse 13, or if you've read some of the SCP wiki, honestly, I'd say it's much more a Warehouse 13 kind of feel than SCP, because there isn't generally an issue containing the stuff in here. They seem to mostly have that under control, except for right now, but still.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
What about this? Bureau expenditures, staffing, surveillance, redacted, data center initiative, construction, redacted, all under major. Minor, office equipment, janitorial costs, redacted, mold removal, HQ livability costs. For cost breakdown spreadsheets, see page 5. For 5-year comparison, chart, see page 9. Head of Research, Dr. Casper Darling. We'll be seeing a lot of him. Our Bureau at Work. We'll be seeing a lot of him as well. For those that don't know much about this game, this isn't a spoiler, but I will let you guys know to pay attention to everything that dude says. Seriously, I haven't gotten anywhere far enough if they tell you if there's actually anything to do with him, or if he just knows a lot more than he should because he's the janitor. But he definitely knows a lot more than he should. Director, Zachariah Trench. Now, we're supposed to go that way, but what's over here? Those doors unlocked. Bathrooms? All right, nothing in here.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
Kind of feels like the start of Psychonauts 2. Security order. Attention all redacted. Redacted. A shark in his redacted. Although secure redacted. Permission to redacted. Following basic protocol redacted. Shoot to kill redacted. Good luck. This is one I want to come back to a little bit later, because I remember this having more info on it, and I think that stuff gets automatically redacted once we progress more in the game. I think. And I think that one will be a good kind of early test. Hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team.
Hello?
So, did you guys catch the weird? I'll show it to you in a bit.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. hajoju, niitä johan helvetti. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Also, the fact he was responding to when you weren't talking. So, the weird thing, we come back this way. Yeah. There was a door there, and we come back around. That hallway was too long. Back through here. Oh, and look where we are now. Back here. Surprisingly, a lot of people miss that. A lot of people, when they play the game at first, don't notice the difference there. They don't notice it. Honestly, I get it. Most people are focusing on being entertaining and whatnot. It's not exactly easy, but you gotta pay attention to this kind of stuff, especially in weird games like this.
I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Starring Courtney Hope, and so she is both the voice actress as well as the person, basically. The in-game character model is her, straight up, no getting around it, just her. It's actually a really cool thing for them to do and for her to do in the thing, because it meant that they could do like live action style sequences for the game as trailers with her, kind of similar to how they did some of the older Halo stuff. I think that that's actually kind of a thing that this company does. They're the same group that did Alan Wake.
You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Oh. I was trying to move around because I was like, why can't I move the camera? I must not be able to move just yet. But it's like, no, you can move. You just can't move the camera. What we have here. Approved terminology reminder. Reminder, redrafting any public-facing material. While penning any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words, phrases to use. In the service of his or her country, regret, proud pride will be remembered. Words, phrases to avoid. Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. Same thing as before. See, this one's locked. The red, white, and the thing, so we can't go in there. About over here. Nothing there. In here? Nope. That's locked. Ooh. Trench, do not disturb. Non-official. First one. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. That sounded like a gunshot. A strangely muffled gunshot. That wasn't a silencer. And someone's dead with a gun. See it? Fractal pattern.
Murder weapon? Really?
Go. Testing, testing. We're broadcasting from the pyramid. Other. Only the director can wield. The gun, sword, intentionally left blank. Your application will be processed.
The poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Only the director can bind the service weapon and live, die. This is your ritual challenge. You must choose to be the chosen one.
Where am I?
Bubblegum Polaroid. All, none of the above. These are the concepts tattoos we use in your minds. The service weapon. It has many forms, like the house, prison you occupy. Welcome to the oldest house. Follow the board's instructions to complete the Astral Plane Challenge. There we go. F for ooh. Oh. Or, no, I don't have it on that. It's still just F. Okay.
The same gun.
Control the gun house.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
All right. Right mouse to aim down sights, left to fire, and R is not reload, R is switch shoulders. Reload is automatic when firing is done. Destroy the copies targets. I'll be honest, sometimes I have a little bit of problem with shooting games. And what do you expect? I'm a controller, I'm used to those mechanics, but keyboard and mouse does give me better control. It just takes a little bit for me to get used to. Service weapon regenerates ammunition automatically when not in use. By the way, this is definitely not my preferred version of the service weapon. Alright, all out. We gotta give it a sec to recharge. Downside of using it entirely, like most other things that have this kind of stuff, you have to wait for it to fully recharge. Okay. You guys probably see these little pips of light, these little motes of light on the ground. Yeah. Enemies drop health elements when damaged. Collect health elements to restore health. That's what that is. We didn't take any damage. We wield the gun. You. The board appoints you. Congratulations, Director.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things are quite a day
Trench,
outside.
sorry.
Is it safe to go?
Zachariah Trench certificate. Well, that's not good.
You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
There we go. His guards. Oh, I missed out. Ah, here we go. French photograph, Bureau expenditures, and his guard. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception of certain Hiss guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic host over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later, though. It is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on the use of weapons. Refer to file redacted for full report. So that right there, that is a personal mod, which we will put this one in right now. So this gives us extra energy. Oh, we have stuff here. Ah, the service weapon. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. And this is kind of where the SCP field comes in. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows paranaturals to redacted. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, but their criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, redacted, many forms throughout history. Redacted, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varu Nostra, all weapons that redacted of their wielders. If objects of power are the conversions of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.1 for more details. And the multimedia, yeah, that's this.
Objects of power.
Which I think these are actually a little bit bigger, more serious.
Altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you...
Literally.
Lose, and you're, well, fired.
No.
I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
So as you can see, the video we saw that was being watched by the previous Bureau head is slightly different than that. So it's always a good idea to go back and rewatch those, as you'll get a little bit more info. Undefined reading. Yeah, we don't have a clearance level for that. Executive Affairs and Central Executive. This...
Secure line of communication.
line, says the dead man. Okay.
So another weird thing. So this is the hallway we came down to go to the director's office. Where's the elevator? Where's the elevator? So yeah, this whole place's shape and movement and everything is just... Oh, I remember reading an article about that somewhere, but I don't remember other than it wasn't a good thing. All right, what do we got? Oh, that's not good. We're being shot at. Okay. Yeah. So, as with most games, it's best for us if we try and get headshots. As you guys saw, that does a lot more damage. Ooh. Technically, we go to here and look up the research and records. You'll notice the red spots on here. That's their weak spots. So we could either aim for the head or we could aim for the hands. And as you guys can see right there. There we go. Oop, oop. Oh, I didn't notice you guys before. Oh well. Charging. And while that's happening, we retreat. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Gonna have to get out of the habit of hitting R to reload at the end of all this fighting. You say insane. I just want to go here. Yeah, I'm gonna mute that so that doesn't become an issue for us. Good thing I remembered that. And background subtitles. Yeah, that's good. Now we should get subtitles for... These guys are mumbling once it's had a chance to repeat or something like that. So these guys are possessed by that hiss thing. If we shoot one enough times, the person just kind of disappears. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, in all honesty. Executive meeting minutes. Agenda items for next executive meeting. Rising costs of AWE response. Update on mold eradication efforts. Upcoming annual salary review. New supplier of coffee filters to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. Ooh, we can go in here. Always a good idea to check. Sometimes there actually is something useful in there. What do we got?
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
The building shifts, is that what we've been experiencing? The shelter over there. Anything of interest back here? Oh, yes there is. Don't let mold hitch a ride. Perform your daily body checks for foreign plant matter. Dinner reservations. Dinner reservation at 7 p.m. at Ches Hombre. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at the library reception. Reminder, she's turning 46. Oh boy. Either this job is incredibly demanding, or someone isn't paying enough attention at home. Remember to wash your hands. Your hands can spread the mold. Office rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volumes. No personal calls, no food or drink around bureau documents or in the copy room. No using the photocopier for personal projects. Or the 3D printer, or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential projects out loud. The one to finish the coffee pot makes the new one. Hey, say hi to some new people. Oh, there's 2 pages worth. Your first aiders are pneumatic tube checklist. I miss those things. Those are so cool. Local Sam's Club still has all the setup for him at the at most of the registers where I live. Don't bring dogs into the office. Some of us have allergies. Socks. There's a book club. Okay. Please recycle. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Getting out of control? Yes. Socks and ballerinas live at the oldest house. Reminder to all staff. Food left in the refrigerator in containment break room 3B has been known to vanish. Plan accordingly. Acoustic guitar for sale. All right. Here's a shelter. One of those shelters they were talking about. Shelter ID G1002. There's a... Well, shelter didn't really do its job since there's someone floating in here. What do we got? Marshall AWE investigation. For Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we checked out this suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before that. And the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. Or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch. Next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. And this is one of the things I was talking about. Undefined reading. So yeah, anyone that follows like paranormal stuff or some minor conspiracy theories, not any of the particularly crazy ones, oh, that's red, and that's big. Except that was white. It wasn't big and red.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babbles.
Visitor evaluations. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and our people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they'll need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If the responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the providing score sheet, then redact it immediately. Remember, there is no such thing as too suspicious.
It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
What do we got over here? Urban legends. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of altered world events. Urban legends are understood to be the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially redacted in popular culture using Redacted, our bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on Redacted, a pair of scissors that consume human redacted through two punctures in the on the redacted. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children. They are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for full report. While we're here, go back. There was a different one. Collectibles, correspondence. No, that's still the one with the shark. Okay, still redacted. Wait, there was another multimedia thing I just noticed. Ah, okay. It's the building shift one. Just gonna get that one undone. Oh, right. That's not gonna work because I have the copyrighted material turned off. Right, here we go. Oh, that's not good. Would very much prefer to stay up here if at all possible. All right. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it did quite a lot of damage to him. Almost dead. Another shot and he'll be out.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
All right.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
That's so cool. I love this little part where everything kind of slides back and some of the weird bits kind of disappear and stuff like that.
You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
With the Bureau. Are you still...
Oh,
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope. Emily Pope. Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
yeah. There's also some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff going on here because, I think now if we go back and double check that report on the Hiss soldier, we'll find that it was written by her, despite the fact that she's just now getting out.
I'm Emily.
There's no way she could have written that.
Look, somehow this hostile force, this hiss, that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official.
Yep.
The Hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously.
Yeah, how do you know that?
I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot. I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even.
Yeah, by the way, mature game warning.
I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course.
So, something I wonder is when they do those close-up on her eyes like that, I wonder if that's part of this base model or if it's just a high-res model that we've seen that they use specifically for that. Because there's no way for me to tell here. I can't... Anything that would let me zoom in makes her turn that direction. Alright, let's give this a shot. See if we can't be of even more help. Yeah, that's not looking good. Well, she's no longer... And she's dusted. I don't feel so good, Emily. Or Jess, I guess.
Ripping it out rips them apart.
And you're already there. Okay.
Jesse, over here.
Ah.
We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hedron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone? A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director.
Hmm.
But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader.
Not in general,
Why am I here?
but you're the kind of director they need right now.
Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it.
Hmm.
Only to see the Hiss destroy it all.
That ringing. Old Bakelite material. Pretty darn tough.
Look, I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions.
Right. First, though, we got some mods. What should we go? Health recovery on every pickup or extra energy? Let's go with the health recovery right now. We also have new weapon mods. Damage while on low health. We don't have anything else, so let's toss that in. Assets. These are materials. Missions. Collectibles. Research records. Portrait of Dr. Zachariah Trench. It has a very gosh dang it. Who's the guy in charge of Aperture gets voiced in Portal 2 by, can't remember his name. It's the same guy that does J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies, both the original trilogy and the more recent ones. It has a it very much feels like the paint, but anyway, it very much feels like the paintings in that Portal 2 when you're in the underground area. I wonder if that was intentional or is that just a style?
The boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now.
All right, let's see if we can ask you if. Oh,
The hotline
Go to-
should be in the communications department.
yeah, let's ask some questions.
Where did the Hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the Hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The Hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the Hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
All right, what about the oldest house?
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay.
Director Trench?
This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
Objects of power.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. Objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she
Most of that.
this? Got it.
So there's special objects that can be bound to and controlled by psychic people. Whereas the other type of item can't, and are just objects of chaos.
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
All right, that's it for that.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Oh, right, I meant to... Okay, yeah, it's not too loud, not too quiet. That's good. By the way, if you guys ever notice anything weird going on with the sound or anything, just post it in chat. I do my best to pay attention, and well, there isn't usually someone posting, so I'll usually notice it pretty quickly. Shattered projectile boost. That's another weapons mod, but not a weapon mod we can use right now. There's something I want to check and see. I don't know if it's something that's... Nah, hasn't been unlocked yet. We can do outfits, but we don't have anything for that. I think that's mostly from the DLC that came out. I do want to get that DLC, but I haven't bought it yet because I want to have actually beat the game first.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Huh. Wow, there's a lot going on in that. I'm gonna check back in with our collectibles. Research and records. Her name isn't on there, but I know that's what's going to be there. Whatever redacts. Well, that's not good. Dang it. Gonna have to defeat that urge to press R. Health boost, travel costs. Travel costs. Visiting the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleepy Bear Motel, Silver Spurs Ranch, Elgato Blanco Inn, A Plus Lounge. Accommodation, meals, gasoline, mini bar. And for that, a little asterisk there. The boys and Reachers said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Morelli and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. So here's something to keep in mind. So this one is health recovery. This one is health boost. I think for now I'll take the health boost. Also, you can get multiple copies of the same one and even have the same grade, which is the little number on the top right. I actually don't even know if you guys can actually see my mouse when I'm doing that. No, you cannot. Hold on. See if I can change that in the settings. I'm not seeing it. Okay, well. I'll check that later. Check into that later. But yeah, you can still see the one I'm highlighting, the little eye on the top right. That's the grade of it. Even 2 mods with the same effect and the same grade will sometimes have a higher or lower percentage. So always a good idea to check in. Oh, that's hurting.
It's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
Okay, so that's something that is too powerful right now for us to get close to. I do appreciate when the gun that they give you in a game is accurate. Gosh dang it, I did it again. Doesn't have to be perfectly accurate. I just expect it to hit somewhere within the circle that I put. Dang it, I did it again. Hiss barrier. The Hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered for lowering them. 1, destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. Or 2, destroy the Hiss entities in the area. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of Hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of Hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the Hiss? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the Hiss? To what degree is it watching and planning? So Hiss guard and Hiss agent. So these are the guys that are just kind of floating. The Hiss manifest in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These Hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing this strange incantation ad infinitum. Infinitium? Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters. Or are they cocoons, preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, Hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation from into a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. So, as far as my theory for what the Hiss is, and like I said, I haven't really made it far, but from what we're hearing, it sounds almost like, I want to say that the Hiss is almost like a spirit or something, like a culmination of spirits, maybe. It says that we're home. Well, what we call a person home, a consciousness of spirit. Maybe it's a manifestation of a collective unconscious. Havana, AWE 48. An auditory event occurred at the, oh yeah, the Havana syndrome thing, at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Blank deaths were reported, and the redacted deaths were reported, and the outgoing information has been managed. Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWA, which is reported to have been redacted. The staff experienced sudden intense vibrations and noise, accompanied by an intense pressure in the airs. This lasted for redacted minutes. No visual phenomenon was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off and embassy staff were transported to the continental U.S. After Formula I.9, feels wrong to say it like that, was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an alternate item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. See case file A185 for details. So yeah, that one is talking about Havana syndrome, something that happens fairly regularly, or at least did. That's a lot of mold. Yeah, that definitely looks like mold or fungus of some kind. Probably a bad idea to go in there. Yeah, Havana syndrome is a thing that is documented, although from what I've heard, recently the US government has started refusing it as a reason. What was that? Oh. I don't know. Collectibles, correspondence. Due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Green, stable. Yellow, low possibility of unanticipated building shifts. Orange, high likelihood. Red, frequent. All right. Yeah, that stuff is making me think more and more like a manifestation of the collective unconscious, or a culmination of spirits or something. Dead letters. Oh boy. Come on, drop. There we go. Why always grenades? Can't get through there. Gosh dang it. All right. Now, because I've played through this part right here a couple of times, should be a big guy coming down that way. Yep. So you basically got to shoot him enough to break through that shield of his. There we go. Duck, 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 duck. And goose. The joke would have been better if I had actually hit him. Getting some recovery pips. Right, all clear. Oop, let's grab that. Lenses, baby. By the way, I love how for the hiss, the effect they went with was not only red, which I'd say is a pretty good one, but also has that weird mist on water look to it, or dyes mixing in and out of water. Really? No, still just fast travel. All right, we don't have access to that. We don't even have access to level 1. Yep, we can fast travel. Communications department is through there. Let's take a look around this place first. Ooh. Machine God. I had a dream, and I built the thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster and the fans, plus the timing belt from my car's engine and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said it would learn how on its own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dial plate on God. Machine God. I'm getting some Warhammer 40k vibes from that, but that might just be me and my lack of understanding. Or is it Machine Spirit? I'm never quite sure. I don't remember. Oh well. I mean, I know more about the orcs from 40k than I know about anything else. Orcs are funny. I love the orcs. Even if they are just a sentient, semi-intelligent fungus. Greetings, Dr. Trench. Sorry, one sec, guys. Sorry about that. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. Oh. All smudges. Do as you're told, don't eat mold. All right. Ooh, and this is why you explore, people. Nice. Also, we got a weapon thing we can actually use in this. Damage on low health, probably not going to work, but let's boost that accuracy. We got here. Singing fish. My governor, I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem. You got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. Flies around at night and sings devil songs. Says lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you got to come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Oh boy. Let's work hard. His life is in your hands. Everyone's safety depends on you. And yoink materials. Fine. What do we got in here? Dead presidents. To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand them. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. That doesn't sound like something that would actually be happening here. Oh boy, this. First, the book club penny. Oh, non-official. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Bartwell. All right, who's ready for Nightmare Fuel? And we're gonna skip that because this, well, actually this makes it worse, but it's easier to see.
She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
Yeah, welcome to the mild nightmare fuel that is Threshold, kids. Yeah. Welcome to that. All right. Can't do anything there. Can't do anything there. All right, through here.
We're on the right track.
What's up, Doc? A lot of blocked doors. Ooh, but materials. Internet usage rules. Internet is not for social media use. No FBC materials of any kind may be scanned or uploaded. FBC email addresses are for work-related correspondence only. Level 5 clearance required to access internet. If a cubicle's BlackRock shell gets damaged, vacate it immediately and alert Mr. Tomas. If you notice any text in your work that you do not recall writing, vacate the cubicle immediately and alert Mr. Tomas. Do not connect internal comm devices to the network. Printers for communications department use only. Altered items are forbidden in the cubicles. Notify security of any breaches immediately. They may require internal lockdown. Anything new on here? Well, there's welcome to the comms department. In here. Another bathroom. Gonna be knocking over a lot of that toilet paper. Dude, I'm guessing you weren't exactly in good condition before, but that was literally a bonk to the... Whoa. That's gotta be a hiss barrier. That was literally just a little bonk to the face. That didn't even look like it hurt. Well then, what's in?
Object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
All right. Avoid the red angry thing. Ooh, we don't need an energy boost right now. Oh, here's a good thing. Actually, by type. There we go. So actually, both of these are the same. I guess it just must be a bigger difference at the higher ratings. Great. And up. Yep. Run, 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 run. Hoping to get it to fire off 3. Okay. Come here. An 8-inch floppy disk. How the heck does that throw stuff? The floppy disk nuke can be bound to gain launch telekinesis. Teach us to believe, Director.
Harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm director.
All right. Oh, sorry, I had to readjust myself. Right, so we can do this now. And break the world. As you guys can see, there's the white bar at the top. That's our energy. We can actually go into here, and then we can equip one of these if we want, instead of the health boost. I think I will take one of those instead of the health boost. Launch align the cube thingamajig into the hole slot to advance score. All right. Destroy the copies, fakes, made-ups. Ability, gift, burden. So yeah, that's something pretty interesting. If you grab something that's behind these dudes, it'll hurt. It'll hurt real bad when it hits. You're really good. And hit multiple people at once. There we go. Luckily, the system also has a lock-on thing, so you don't have to worry too much. The hiss noise is burrowing into the astral plane secret base. You must stop. Mute them, Director. The floppy disk is now bound. Delivered. The hiss antagonist is seeking our astral plane.
You were gone. Cut off. I got it.
Big bada boom. Hello. Goodbye. Wow, that really did take him out. I see you. There we go. Ooh, I wasn't too close. You guys also see that we're getting those little triple triangle thingies. So yeah, some things like this, anything that has a warning, we can pick up, throw, and it'll go boom when it hits. All right. So we got one of our basic abilities. We've got our gun and we've got our throw. Still can't do anything about that because of a lack of clearance level. So we managed to take out that dude in one hit with a big bada boom. Nope. Hiss demolition expert. Oh, and Hiss ranger. The rangers of the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. Oh, did I? Lost the chat for a second. Huh. Their Hiss corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, rangers are trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. Hiss Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. Hiss Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond some being protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training the Hiss Rangers are capable of applying to their situation, it is feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree, or is the Hiss able to tap into their combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required. Oh, and the... Right. Okay, and here, and here. Ah, okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Research and records. Demolition expert. Ah, yeah, these guys suck. Are the only observed Hiss variations to wield the specially built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track entities once fired, making them a threat whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. Oh boy. I find it remarkable that the Hiss restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who train specifically for its use. What does this tell us about its behavior? Can it not pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Right, and case files. Floppy disk. Must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows paranaturals to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.15 for more information. This object is currently bound to blank for research purposes. Background: stolen from a Soviet military base located in Redacted. All agents redacted and redacted. By agents redacted and redacted with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to redacted missiles, believed to be reserved for use against redacted. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the Bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents the next day. So here's something that some people may not know. For the longest time, the U.S. launch codes were 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't know how far it goes, but it was literally just a string of zeros. And that was the U.S. nuclear launch codes. All those codes have since been changed, which is why that information was made public a while back. You can find it pretty easily. But yeah, a little scary that our launch codes were literally the internet password equivalent of putting password as your password. Book club correspondence. Book club notes for Penny. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this one was alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around, almost like a catchphrase, got really annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I said it with the fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech, and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and guns, space hippies, or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invaded City Planet and converted the entire population using those brain worms. That space dogfight between those two ace pilots. Oh, space dogfight. Not space dog fight. Between those two ace pilots, sign me the frick up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. Huh. Someone died by having a cylinder thrown at their head and just dying from it. Sounds like something we just saw. Alright. So this way's open now.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Anything in here? Ooh, yes, materials. I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, the fact that they say we stand around you when you dream and you can almost hear us, this happens more and more now, leads me to believe that they've been around, whatever this is, has been around for a long time and has been influencing people. National news sites have begun, campaign summary of Willow AWE. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redact it. So, another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. That doesn't mean we can stop monitoring Redacted and Redacted for any off-message opinions, but it's looking like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. Just making sure. Okay. Oh. Someone liked my tweet saying I'm going live. You're watching, hold on. your actual names on there. Don't want to say that. GFX_Ella Parks, or just Ella Parks. I wasn't sure if you had a username that you preferred to go by, so wanted to stick with that if that was the case. If you're listening, welcome. And thank you for the like. All of any interaction with tweets, as far as I'm aware, helps them get out more. It means more people will see it, and we'll get more, hopefully more people being aware of these streams and coming and seeing what's going on. And would you look at that? The pictures have already been replaced. What's up here? Locked door. It just sounded doubly creepy. Oh, can't go back there, I don't think. Walk down distinctions. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via the directorial override and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out for the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understands how this mess all works, okay? Now, hopefully that's not copyrighted. I have the copyrighted material turned off, so it shouldn't be. If it's... Oh, hello. Oh. Hello. Goodbye. Whoa. Hello. Goodbye. And go for a double? Yeah, I got it. There we go. Let it all recharge before we go after that other shielded dude. There we go. Oh, you're going to be a problem. All right. And there. And he's down. Ooh, we got a launch efficiency. Personal upgrade. Let's check that out. So we can go for plus 5% energy or plus minus 9% energy, launch energy cost. Go with that one. Do we have any duplicates yet? I don't think so. Oh, yes, we do. So if we hold down F, we can deconstruct it into the triple arrow thingy. We will be needing a lot of that. All right, what else we got around here now that we took all those guys out? Ooh, what do we got? Data breach. Confirmed data breach. Summary. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. The following are the confirmed identities of these users. I'm not even going to try that. These individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under... Sorry, guys. and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. Let's multimedia. Okay, we don't have the one for the floppy disk. I thought maybe it would give it. I thought maybe it gave it to us, but oh well. Got some house memory. Same stuff as normal. So yeah, for big tough guys, what I just used is basically my go-to. Throw something at them, and when they're down, fire off as many shots as I can before they get back up. Ooh, another audio recording. America over.
Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan tells his story. Quincy, thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's SuspiciaCon.
SuspiciaCon.
47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
Interesting. All right, what's this? Ooh, clearance level 1. Did we pick that up or scan that with the gun? What does this say? Somewhere along the line, things went weird. No one was sure how this happened, whether it was something caused by someone or something, or if it just happened by itself. There were a lot of stories. Everyone had a theory of how it had happened, of which maybe the weirdest and perhaps only fitting singled out here was the talk about a strange golden space helmet that someone had found in a secret research project to replicate and manufacture those helmets. It was said that the helmet opened a way to another place, different from this one. But whether that other was actually a place or just something that came over you when you were wearing the helmet, no one knew. Not even the scientists in charge of the project. And in any case, or so the myth went, the helmets or the people trying them on brought the other closer to here, and things got weird. Things that people had learned to take for granted, like the technology and physics and religions and time and stuff, just stopped working like they used to. Stopped altogether, or became something different. There were lots of accidents and terrible catastrophes at first, and most people died and disappeared. And in some places it rained flowers, and in others blood. And sometimes the other was very close, and everything rippled and warped as something big and the other passed close by. And sometimes it was even almost like the old times. In time, people adjusted and adapted and learned to use the new things and laws to fix some of the old. But mostly, as time went by, people just forgot things and laws to fix some of the old, and laws to fix some of the old. But mostly, as time went by, people just forgot that things had ever been different, and the weird became normal. Everyone, at least everyone who believed in the myth, thought it was the golden helmets, and those who wore them were bad, and they seemed to have a point. For those in the golden helmets, even while they were hardly ever seen anymore, were often on those rare occasions doing bad things. Luckily, the other gave many people strange abilities, and a few heroes rose to fight the bad things, and there were lots of these bad things, and lots of good things as well. But now, even more than before, the other things were ambiguous, and never simple or clear, and people rarely could tell the good from the bad. In any case, things went on, and it was almost never boring. Who wrote, and then in the red it says right here, who wrote this? Report to Dr. Darling. That was weird, and I get a strange feeling that that might have something to do with the actual story here. Don't like that sound. Oh. Bye. I'll take those pips. What we got here? Oh, good, we can go in this one. Well, someone was trying to hold up. Oh no, someone just wanted privacy when using the can. Oh, control point. Ah, we're not purifying, so we don't do that full-on superhero landing thing. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, another clearance level 1.
Must open the door.
Yeah, we already had that. That'll open that door. What's over here? Oh, this is the way we came from. Gosh dang it. These are unlocked. What's here? Well, that's dark. And also dark. Alright, enough stalling. Through the door. Oh, I don't like this one. Alright. Hello.
They can fly now. Great.
Alright. I don't have everything I would like to be able to fight Tomasi, but... So that's something to keep in mind when he's charging up those things. There we go. All right, where are you? Hey, Tomasi, I'm right here. Any more bada booms? I don't think so, but let's give this a shot. Let's see if this goes bada boom. Hey, Tomasi, come on. Right here. Ah. Ah. Got him down far enough, he decided to try and run. See ya.
I have a feeling he'll be back.
All right, well,
Focused.
yeah.
The hotline should be past the mailroom.
All right, it looks like the guys that he spawned in to help him all died as soon as he ran away. That's got to be a sad life. Brought in to protect the guy, and literally way too far for you to do anything. Definitely a ladder. Got the safety rings and everything. All right. Ooh, audio.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities.
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms.
At the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic
He's got him.
weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier than... Hey, are you still recording this?
So yeah, that's the official word on Havana syndrome. If you were to look it up yourself. Honestly, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, no, that's definitely a very strange thing. You have some interest, you might want to look it up. It is definitely something strange. Anyway, let's take a look at those collectibles that we got, shall we? We got the multimedia one. Let's get that out of the way. Case file. Butte summary. A spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity, located at Redacted, which had been connected to a total of redacted disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house, Blink Redacted, days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord and Butte's home closet disappeared during this incident. Research and records. Hiss elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Bureau para-utilitarians. Some prefer to charge their targets, while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the Hiss elevated due to their own talent in the area. Yeah, unless you wait for them to charge up a big attack and smack them in the face with an explosive. They do not use any weaponry except their own paranatural capabilities. Some Hiss elevated have been seen levitating while strapped to chairs. This is likely the result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording and parapsychology. How are they able to use paranatural abilities? Is it possible that these individuals are bound to objects of power, or bound to objects of power, prior to corruption? Sorry, guys. More coffee. It's also worth considering that the Hiss resonance can identify and express latent paranatural abilities in the individuals it corrupts. Refer to file blank for a full report. There's more. Ah, Tomasi's ID. Okay, and that's just his ID card. Multimedia. Ah, the America Overnight episode. Alright, that's all that. Time for the hotline chamber. Oh, I hear it ringing. Hotline chamber. And big, bold, white, obtrusive letters. I love it, though. It is fun. Butte AWE 17. According to their testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino. Discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, redacted light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the redacted and redacted sectors. These all access the Overview Motel, though how exactly this link operates is redacted. But initial hypothesis centers on the Butte AWE as a redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3 for more details. Done. It. Travel costs. I know. Okay. I wanted to check that one to see if it'd been unredacted yet. Or maybe we'll have to find one that is unredacted. Hotline security log. Custodian, 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 and the rest are just the director. Interesting. Huh. Hotline chamber.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with the black pyramid.
Say something. Notice. Overview Motel and Casino entry point. Catalyst light switch. The law of 3 applies. So 1, 2, 3.
Have we been here before?
That's interesting.
I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
They've got a New York, a Miami, Montana, Texas one over there. What does this do? Ooh, door's open.
Anyone here?
Okay. Oh, other door. Okay. Again? Last door is open. Oh, we can interact with stuff in here. Oh. Huh. Key.
Black pyramid on it.
A black pyramid or a upside? Oh, okay. Well, what is specified upside down? Huh. Rule of 3 still applies, right? 1, 2, and 3. Well then. The hotline seashell is a transmitter bridge. Directors can call the board long distance. Complete the astral plane challenge. Well, you look violent. Okay. No, that dejected Lily squad, except for maybe pissing it off. Maybe. Alright. Be safe from it now. I wonder what this stuff feels like to run on. It looks like it would be solid, but the well done, dialed director. You can contact us past lives in the hotline collectibles menu. We expect compulsive weekly calls. Interesting that it mentioned it mentioned a menu. Are these things interesting?
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
Ooh, bleeding.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
Right, we just had a lot of stuff pop up. Case file. Outline. Objects should be inaccessible for use except to the director. Object is a 1960s era red Bakelite telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs redacted. The object allows the director to communicate with the redacted. If used by anyone other than the director, their object will cause lethal redacted. See Dr. Darling Presentation 11.6 for more information. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. Background. The object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known Bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including redacted and redacted, but its origin remains unknown. Multimedia. Okay, let's watch this, because remember, these always have a little bit more information than we're shown.
Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered, and the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
All right. What about the hotline? Okay, so these are the things we've been hearing the director talk about. This is from the board. You are the director now. We expect independence, dependence. You are authority, chosen one. The Bureau game needs you. Roll points.
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here. Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer, leaping over the fire breaks like a crown of fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong. Has he been compromised?
So yeah, there, as you guys can see, there was a lot more information there.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing, ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
Management team.
A director needs a team. My
Oh wait,
management team.
that's the one that we got to see the whole thing of when we picked up the phone. All right, Ocean View Motel.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there, even the board. Sometimes I need to visit just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
Coming storm. Last one.
Something's coming. The whispers growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. A retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
He said the thing. He said the thing. Sorry. I couldn't help it. I had to.
People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
I wonder, does this actually... Yeah, it does. Okay. I was wondering if this was another weird turnaround thingy. Because of, well, this. Welcome back to our office. With more paperwork. Bureau funding. To all executive staff, I know there is some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in all respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Zechariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Yeah, now we're back here. Was that there before? That door? I remember. This is locked, but it's locked with the 1, so we should be able to get in now. There we go. Agent death notification. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Graham Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against her enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loves so much. His effects will be returned to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Howard J. Murray, Department Chief of Communications, Federal Bureau of Control. Yeah, we saw the rules for them writing those, and now we saw one of the ones that they wrote. All right, let's get back this way, huh? I got. Gonna have to have level 4 to go into this sticky note play office. We do anything here yet? Nope, just fast travel and outfits. All right, to the boardroom so we can talk to the lady.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad. Emily?
Got a lot more files in here.
Of course.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. His gone.
Salvador? He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
All right, now we're getting serious. I don't like that slurping sound. And now it's gone. Great. More red. So much red. Now we can now upgrade and unlock new abilities at the nearest control point. Analysis of Hiss threat, part 1. Initial encounters with the enemy entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has distributed over the past weeks was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast with that of the other Hiss that I dismiss the theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She is able to cleanse material and organisms of the Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seemed to kill the host. Perhaps the host psychologically becomes reliant on the Hiss? More work to be done. Let's talk to her, see if we can ask some other questions first, before we go. Origin of the Hiss, oldest house, okay.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon. Just let me know.
All right.
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
A lot of these questions could be answered by obtaining a live specimen.
Here? But we don't have the proper facilities.
Maybe we can get an
All right. First, astral constructs. We can make mods here by expending certain materials into things, but we're going to wait on that because we'll find plenty of them as we go, and for the sake of keeping us strong, it'd be better to do the upgrades first. But, you know, those require some slightly higher stuff for now. Instead, we're going to work here on the weapon forms, and we are going to get ourselves the Shatter ability. Shatter form. Ooh. All right. We got that. Check abilities. Here we go. So that's these. They're basically skill points. Grab you. There we go. We got that, and we'll grab this. Yep. Definitely needed that because we now have 2 weapon forms. As you can see, additional personal mod slot, additional personal mod slot. Not really. I never really used this all that much. Which, by the way, these are some interesting stuff. Allows it launch grenades and rockets back at the enemy with the launch. Small enemies, big enemies, larger objects. Hold and launch up to 3 objects. Energy now recovers while holding launched objects. Pretty serious stuff if we do it. And you can see this is the in between the sections is the number of skill points, for lack of a better term, that we have to use. Board countermeasures. Ah, right. Replaceable. Agreed. So these are things that we can do, and by completing them, we get rewards. Think of them like extra little submissions. Yeah, we'll take that one. You are stronger than before. Easy difficulty. Grip maneuvers. Grab that one too. We can only grab we can only have 3 at any one time. For instance, so ones that I tend to avoid are ones that are weapon specific. Well, form specific, I should say. This one is only for grip, which is the basic one that we get. I tend to avoid those because that means that I'm restricted to a specific thing. Let's go here and we'll grab that Shatter. And now we can use some of the mods that we couldn't use before. So we have projectile choke, reduces the spread, projectile boost, which increases the number fired. I'm gonna go with the choke. Let's see, we've also got additional personal mods. And still nothing there. And let's reduce that one because we don't need it. Collectibles, another hotline. Board countermeasures. Here we go. We are at war, hostile takeover. The hiss is the opposing force, foreign power. We will provide countermeasures strategy. Accept, ingest them at control points. These countermeasures, missions, will benefit you. We will give resources, rewards, for each completed countermeasure. Right, I'm trying to get over the fact, but with as messed up as I've done with some of this stuff, I can't help but check back at my streaming setup every once in a while just to make sure that I didn't screw something up. Also, I figured out why there wasn't any of the sound notifications. It's because the sound for things like the raid, those only go off if you actually have the widget on the screen. All right, Ahti. Maintenance sector.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
I said phony instead of Sony. Beware of named enemies. They are more resilient to damage, tend to have more armor, and their attacks can be devastating. Yeah, as you may have noticed, pretty much the only time that it does loading is when we first get into the game and when we're going in between areas. It's honestly really impressive. I love that. I don't mind loading screens as long as, you know, they're not insanely long and they don't get in the way too much.
Janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Yeah, here's the base one. This is the grip. And by the way, I just want to point out, hold on, let it regenerate. See how long the barrel is? See how long it is now? It's literally firing pieces of it. You can actually see it recovering as that happens. Then we have the shotgun. It doesn't have that same reduction. But I do love me a shotgun. There's another form that we'll swap out for the grip later on, but we don't have that yet. So I prefer the sniper grip. Sniper for long range, shotgun for close range. They're not going in there yet. Aw, we don't have clearance level 2. If only there was some way that we could... That'll work. Yeah, something to keep in mind. There's glass. Chances are you can break it. And then you don't need the clearance. Book Club Lopez. These days, most YA novels intertwine the coming-of-age story with either a contrived dystopian setting or a tragic romance. Unless you manage to do both. In the story, the protagonist and her love interest search for a cure to a virus called the Fix, which is simultaneously killing her and spreading across the whole world. To find the cure, they go on expeditions into dangerous, uncharted territories. The people all live in walled cities now because dystopian future. And along the way, they just have to fall in love. I liked how we never got to know if the Fix was ever actually fixed. The ending was bold, especially for YA. The main character succumbed to the Fix when she's so close to the cure. and commands her love interest to go and save the world. She knows that this is the end for her, but that the job can still get done. She dies out in the unknown, alone and surrounded by danger, but never loses sight of the goal. That's a good soldier's death. I give this book 3 out of 5. I feel most of the teenage angst is a little lost on me, but I'd recommend it to my brother's kids. Let's see, we've gotten... So Penny is the one in charge, said everyone get their things to me, and then we have Lopez and Simpson. Lopez seems to be a bit of a military guy. Here. Also, as you may have noticed, the melee doesn't use up energy like our launch does. NSC control room.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
That's a lot of bad guys. Hey, Ati, could use a little bit of help here. Ooh. Hello, Mr. Big Shot. Goodbye, Mr. Big Shot. Also, you should keep in mind when it comes to your gun that the ammo is shared. It's basically just, it's the only thing that matters is the length of the bar. All right, and we'll get some stuff that should resend. There we go. Good room, good room. All right. The way. Ooh, more astral constructs. So upgrade grip, and we have construct spin. So this is basically a machine gun. Or we can upgrade our grip. Once we get some... Ooh, we need at least 15 ritual impulses. Oof. No, we can't get this till we get 8 threshold remnants and 12 ritual impulses. We'll probably end up going with that one first. With the grip upgrade first. So as you saw, as you upgrade these, it lets you put more weapon mods on. Let's see. Okay, 9 and 9. Okay, don't need that. Ooh, okay, so see, this one is 25. This one's 20. That's what I mean. Even though they're the same grade, they can still be different. Breaking them down gives us more of those triple arrow thingies. So always a good idea to break down your extras. I don't think there's an actual limit. Oh, I thought you were down. No, you just fell. You can see all the stuff building up on the left there. Every time we end up killing one of them. Knock their legs out. All right. Good, we're good, we're good. We are good today. All right, just making sure they're... Ooh. Something hidden down these? Oh, it just takes us back up. Oh, no, materials. That's good. Threshold remnant. Ooh, that's good. There's a lot of good. A lot of good. Locked.
What's down that way?
A merry chase. In here. This isn't the way to... Oh, more nightmare fuel. We'll watch it in this. It's enough nightmare fuel in this. We don't need we don't need even more added onto it, especially since we're coming up on our stopping point and we might end up... I don't want this in my dreams tonight. The janitor. Her hand's not even attached to it.
I'm drawing the pyramid. Oh, what? The pyramid.
Wow, that old dial-up noise. Ah.
Pyramid. The Black Pyramid. It's in the astral plane. Airplane? Astral plane. It's big, white, and empty. Or is it? It's a weird, crazy alien dimension. The white goes on forever. You can get lost in all that.
More dial-up noise.
And never find your way back home.
What's with the dial-up noise? It's not just me, right? You guys are hearing that? Avoid modern technology. Synchronicity Research Department. All right, what's down this way? Huh? Item. Ah! I knew that was coming. Cleanse the merry-go-round horse object to power.
This place makes me nauseous.
Oh, geez, the walls. Walls are undulating. At least they're not fleshy undulating. Undulating is one thing. Fleshy undulating is something completely different. Well, like we got our evade. The horse choo-choo allows you to evade dash. Use it. Use it. Proof escape yourself. So it uses up some of our energy, but it'll really get us out of a sticky spot. And we can use it in the air. Ah, I forgot. Gold ones can't be hurt. Gold enemies are immune to Jesse's attacks. Success, end of level. Disappointed, bound, friends for life. It all went too fast. I was trying to avoid the explosions, and I think I went faster than I'm supposed to. Right, and we actually did get some stuff. Go away. Assets. Right. New stuff. Missions. Collectibles. Case files. Merry-go-round horse. Objects should be kept in a confined space when unbound. A fiberglass horse once used as a seat for a merry-go-round ride. The pole is still connected to the object. The object is capable of moving short distances at high speeds. This can be quite dangerous when redacted its path. The object is currently bound by redacted. The object was discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park. Local Redacted reported that the rides would move on their own and that they would be chased out. When these rumors reached the Bureau, see America Overnight episode 235, agents were dispatched to investigate. 3 local Redacted were found dead at the scene. The object attacked Agent Redacted by Redacted. Agents invoked Formula C.5 to Redacted the object long enough to Redacted. And multimedia. That's just the Threshold Kids one. Yo. Why is it so bright? Stop it, you're gonna blind me. Back through a hole. Oh. Remember that being there before. Oh. Loot. Got more ritual impulses, that's good. Alright. Ahti, I'm sorry. I heard you back this way, but I went the other way. Needed to see what was going on. Loot. Dodge efficiency. The interesting poster to have on your door. Oh, that's just you.
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not the yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, että this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ahti.
Once again, he responds to something she's thinking and not saying. Burn the trash.
Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all.
Now all this is unlocked, so we got a faster way back to Auntie's place. Oof.
What happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
Northmore. Let's check that out. First, this 18, this 17, you go away. Don't want that. Weapon mods. Already got a, ooh, but this is the level 2 choke. So we'll do that and we'll get rid of the level 1. Missions. Hotline. Let's see what he has to say.
Northmore was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power. I purposefully avoided it. Didn't trust it. Didn't want to rely on it. Northmore was all about power. A man like an explosion, hungry for authority, for order, for more, until it was too much. I had to find a solution in the end, contain the situation. Northmore never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit. He didn't really have a choice. I suppose at the end of the day, a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on. Here's to you, Northmore. There were no prime candidates waiting in the wings, but I was there. Had been the whole time, keeping my head down, working my ass off. I had nothing to lose. I picked up the gun almost on a dare.
Yep. Yep. We'll be coming back to that little one later. Oh. Good. Alright, how much time do we have left? We can go for a little long today. First one back, first one of the game. We'll go for a little long. Ooh. What do we got? An object of power escaped the Panopticon a couple of weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye out for it. So if anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to continue it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself. Your security chief, Simon Arish. Well, we did that, although we didn't see it zipping around, we just saw it. Oh well. NSC power plant. Well, you guys aren't shooting at me.
Hey, are you new? Just go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
All right.
Ma'am! Hey!
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure.
How does everyone keep knowing this?
Formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably...
I mean, she told him, but it sounded more like he was just like, "Oh no, you are them." Not even just taking her for her word, more like it was already a known fact.
My crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling, he's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off?
What the?
Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
Right. Before we go, though, I mean, leave here, not actually in the stream.
When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
Questions?
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
Arish?
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador, the best security agent this bureau has ever seen.
And you like your job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest, these are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean. I like that.
Power plant.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me, but I know it generates all the electricity for the bureau, and it's got two very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever, ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah, it's all part of the job.
Okay, service weapon.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. That thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You modded or something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
What about Ati?
Do you know this Ati guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here, if you can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
All right.
I should be going.
Right. You got a lockdown to lift.
Before we go, though, yes. Mats. Ooh. Ooh, better than mats. Weapon. And gotcha. We have enough to do anything? Oh, we do have some abilities. Locked. Let's try upgrading that. Ah, there we go. Yeah, okay, I didn't notice that one there. So now we can grab rockets and grenades and send them right back at the bad guys. They won't be able to quite so easily try and force us out of cover. Hey, bub. Gotta go boom. Well then. This ain't gonna go boom, but it is gonna hurt. that goes boom. Come on. There we go. Oh, hello there. Want to send a rocket at me? Yep. Ow! I didn't mean to just face tank that. I meant to try and catch it. Bin grouping efficiency. Ah, the energy converters. And control maintenance. Before we go that way, thing over here. Interest. Nope. Central maintenance. Field training. What the? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. These are the things they were talking about in that one report. Ooh, you're trying to keep me at a field training, naughty, naughty hiss. There's something in here you don't want me to get. Something that has something to do with a good defense? I'd like to file a formal complaint re the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality that I did not agree to. The fact that we're planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disallowed the use of those recordings. I want use of the Field Ranger training course recorded messages to halt immediately. I will not stand for this humiliation among my peers. I will go to HR with this if necessary. I think is it? I wonder. Little question, maybe you guys can answer for me, or I'll just look at the recording later. Did it just change colors? Did my screen just change colors for you? Because I have it set so that at 9 o'clock it helps filter out some of the blue light. All right, let's see.
So I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
There we go.
Did love obstacle courses.
Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
I can see why you didn't want that used, buddy. There we go. The cube's in the hole. Yep, 30 seconds. I didn't get that fast enough. Ooh, made it. Oh.
Guessing this isn't usually part of the course.
Okay, good. I just came over here because it looked like that thing was going to try and explode me.
I need to hit it harder to break that shield.
Hit harder, huh? There we go. Ah, so that's why that wall was undulating. It was this thing pushing it out. The copies have been given weapons, projectiles. Shield yourself to pass them by. There we go. Yeah, see, it's supposed to be Q. I set it up so that it's also one of my alternate mouse buttons. Makes it easier. My energy recover a bit. Drop it. Almost there. Do love the look of this thing. It's like a black marble with gold. Filigree? Is that still be counted as filigree? 2. Yep. Whoa. Sniper. And down, boy. Hello, you. Eat this. I love lunch. And lunch. I love both. I could really eat some dinner right now, though. My eating thing went a little weird today, so I haven't had dinner yet. Normally I have it before stream. Not today, though. What do we got? Ooh, a new one, huh? Holiday Memories Tree. Containment procedure. Item must be contained within a soundproof cell. A Holiday Memories brand white plastic tree with green plastic strand. A stand. The item repeats words and phrases spoken within a range of redacted feet, always in a tone below redacted hertz. This verbal mimicry has profoundly distressing effects on the individual it is copying. The item was taken from the Redacted, a Canadian research station established on Ross Island in Antarctica, where it was used to celebrate the holiday season. In 1979, solar radiation damaged the radio, severing the base's only means of communication with the world. After the frozen passages opened, a military expedition visited this base to reestablish contact. They found the base's occupants in various states of madness, rambling about voices in the tree. Military personnel discovered they also heard the tree speaking. After locking the item in a supply crate, they brought it back to the mainland, at which point the Bureau intervened. Other case files? Oh, the safe, right. No unique procedures required. The object is a Guardhouse brand home safe. Weight measurements vary. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically gather items and debris from their surroundings. The object is currently bound by Redacted. Discovered in the basement of a home in Redacted, Ohio. The object gained rapid interest in certain online forums dedicated to opening abandoned safes. After months of failure, the owner attempted to open it with explosives. The object survived with no physical damage. Bureau agents were dispatched, now confident of its paranatural nature. Blood occasionally emerges from the seams around the object's door. Tests confirm the blood is not human. X-rays taken of the object indicate that something is trapped inside, though the images are always blurred, which indicates the contents of the object are moving. All attempts to open the object have been unsuccessful. Yeah. Yep. Well, impulse. I think we might have enough to do some upgrading or something. Oh, this wasn't... Oh, I guess this wasn't the way out. Can we... Yeah, there we go. Ah, right. Right here. The left, actually, not the right. Sector elevator, Blackrock processing. We don't need to go there. Ooh. Did not mean to do it that way. Thresholds. The oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a redacted frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as a redacted. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes, or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house, or attracts the thresholds. We do know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually, their frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes redacted in those who learn of it, so is actively denied. All right, I'm gonna go for a little bit longer. Let's get at those coolant pumps going. Then after that is when we'll back. Elevator, that's locked, so over here. Eat my box. You went down quick. Nope, go down. I ain't gonna. Whew. All right. There we go. More mold.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the old Vic pants inside the plant has a secret.
Right. NSC energy converters. Oh. Boop, boop, boop. Grab. Look. Home safe tests. The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or material from its immediate vicinity. See OOP 22 case file for more details. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability. Redacted and redacted velocity ammunition were tested with redacted results. Testing will continue after redacted. The safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagements would be an advantage worth considering. All right. Come on. There we go. Whoa, when did you get up here? that stung. So I gotta hand it to you, Jesse. You took a rocket to the face like a boss. Anything in here? Yes. Ritual impulse. It took a little bit to come to me. Well, that could have gone worse.
Power fixed. Now let's fix the pumps and water flow.
Okay. Yeah, we can, just jump right over this. There we go. More mats. All right, it shouldn't be too far to the pumps now. Upcoming game. Next game is Wednesday at 8. Usual spot. Hazard owes me $20. Arish still on a freaking winning streak. Someone please figure out how he's cheating. Thomas suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I bought beers last time, so it's Hepstinol's turn. Remus. There. That's where I need to go. Okay, well. Let's see, power plant? I assume? Maybe... no. Thank goodness for the healing pips being persistent. Ah, cool, pumps are over here. That's... oh, I don't like you guys. No, 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 no. You stay back. I do not like explodey boys. That weird, freaky mist you leave behind is even worse. You explodey bastards, just stay back. Oh, okay. Anything that acts as a suicide bomber, I do not like. Find out if this explodes. Kind of. And jump through. Ah! Hello there. Yeah, you just keep on floating there. All right, let's set this room right. Do love how that looks. That's so cool. All right. Let's abilities. Yes, please. Ooh, if we grab that, we can't grab anything else. Ooh. Ooh. Grab that. Grab that. Almost to that personal mod slot. Board countermeasures. Ah, collect that, collect that, collect that. Oh, right. There we go. His guards, his rangers, his snipers. Yeah, that's good. Kill his charged. I don't want to. I don't want to do that because it's for a specific area. His guards and his rangers. Also, let's check our astral constructs. For this, we just need some more. To upgrade that, we need a few more ritual impulses. All right. First, though, need some work here for Ahti.
By trash, did Ahti mean barrels full of hazardous biological material?
Seems like it.
Environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ahti wants, then I'll get it done.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe that I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that...
Look, stuff in this place is weird enough as is. I wouldn't put it past that the furnace is actually alive, or maybe there's something in the furnace alive. Probably not a good idea to bring up volunteers. Don't care what it is. Oop. Yeah, long shot. Where's the rest of them? Ah, there's one. What do you think? Go for the half court? Let's see. Oh yeah, half court shot. This? No. Hello, Sarah. Hello, my beautiful girl. I know. I'm going a little long tonight. I'll open up the door as soon as I'm done. Okay? Sorry about that, you guys. My pupper came over to see what's going on. She knows I'm running long. And to keep there from being issues, I close my front door whenever I'm doing these. She knows I'm running along. She likes being able to look out the front door, see what's going on. Go down here and see what else there is. Gotta be more. We haven't done it all yet. Oop, well, there's mats. Control impulses. Ooh. Mail tube complaint. Hey, Bozer, get this. The accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in the mail tubes because of a shift or a threshold or some such effery. And that if I don't have the originals, they can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. This is bull. Why do we even use these frickin' tubes if they just spit our mail out in some other gosh dang dimension? Just venting here before I make a formal complaint. Useless pieces of crud. Rodriguez. There's nothing else down here. Must be up. For the rest. Knowing me, I'm probably just missing it like an empty. I tend to do that. There's one up here. Gosh dang, that's bright. Oh, I see the glow. Or not. Oh, no, there is one there. There we go. That's nasty. Someone's circling that. Ooh, threshold remnant, damage boost, and 2 skill points. All right, let's hurry up and get these pumps done. Then we can, before we do that. Go. All right, let's get these pumps going, huh? That doesn't sound good.
This place is gonna come down.
Oh, hello. I'll beat a mother lover with another mother lover. Or as Thanos would say, if I can't beat you with the hammer, I'll beat the hammer with you. Or something like that. I can't.
Go to city. Fix it fast. If the plan goes boom, we can throw the spoon.
Ah, no, 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 no. Oh, I got a 2-for-1. Yeah, upgrading the launch is definitely a good thing. And there's one up here. Go. Man goes down. 1 hit. Can't shoot me from below. And you can't take this. Dang it. Catch. Anyone else? Where are you? Oh, below me. And the last one is over here.
Shit. What now?
Old enemy the clock is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap. Get rid of him.
Ew. That's nasty.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Jesse. Especially don't like these snail eye looking thingies. Almost looks like something out of Dead Space. That first end boss, the first game's end boss. Yeah, you go away. You're not nice. All right, all right, all right.
We need to fix this thing ASAP.
Right, no more enemies popping up. Oh, yes, there are. I see you. Eat that. I said eat it. Anything explosive looking? No, I'm not seeing anything explosive looking. Oh. And bonk. Ooh, you're explosive looking. And you're done. All right, let's take the faster way. I assume this is the faster way. All right. Once we get back to the power plant area, that's where I think I'll call it. And a little over half an hour long. Alrighty. Ooh, 2 for 1. Maybe even technically 3 for 1 since we got one guy with another one. You guys just won't go away. Leaving the big guy for last. Well, I say big guy, but what I really just mean is the named guy. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Ow. Done? All right. Now I can collect my materials. All right. We doing good?
Crew feels a lot safer when you're around.
All right, we're good.
I should be going.
Right. You gotta lock down the lift.
Oh, wait. All right. Read this first. Hey, Simon, I got your message. Yeah, if someone in the sector is asking for Ahti, just tell him you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him, so you could better deal with his odd habits, but yes, it's still very much a classified matter. Okay. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide our next steps. Cheers, Lynn. P.S. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. All right. Let me... Let's... Before we do that, run up here. Go in here. There we go. Just to make sure we don't lose anything. All right. of that. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that stream. First time back after the 1 week break. Feeling pretty darn good. As far as the Tuesday streams, they are going to be a little bit random, just not in when they happen. Same time, Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific is when I'll start, then end at about 9 p.m. Pacific. As far as what game, a little random there. I did notice that Bug Snacks recently got added to the Xbox Game Pass thing on PC, so I want to play that. I've seen a little bit of the starting stuff. Heard it's really good. I've also heard that it goes really off the walls. So that's something I'm looking forward into doing. But as I said before, Thursday streams are going to be my whatever I'm kind of feeling that day kind of stream. Probably Bug Snacks for a while, but I might decide to take a little break on that from time to time, just so I don't get bogged down and get burnt out. This is definitely a game that's going to be staying on Tuesday. I don't see myself anytime in the future doing the randomness. That's kind of why I'm keeping Thursday that. But who knows? It kind of depends on how my Tuesdays go. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this stream and you want to know when I'm going live, head on over to at Red Game Master at Twitter. I post there, as I said before, I post there every single time I go live, so you guys can be aware of when it happens. And that post also has the link to the stream, and that works even if you're on mobile and don't have the Twitch app. Don't have the Twitch app. All you need is Twitter. Do that, click on the link in the tweet, and it'll take you right to me. No issues whatsoever, no matter where you're at. So that's good. You know what? Let me see if anyone's playing Control on Twitch right now, shall I? If there is, I'll send you guys over there with a raid. See how things are going. Let's... Control. Live streams. Sort by lowest to highest. There's quite a few people playing Control. That's actually really good. See. Yeah, here we go. Bathwater Bro. I should, not that, mute my desktop just in case. All right. And just get the raid going while it's, not that. Raid, and then there. Oh my gosh. He's a rubber ducky with sunglasses and a cigar. I love it. All right. Anyway, you guys know all the stuff. Gave you all the stuff. I'm going to send you guys on over to him now. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you on Tuesday or next week if all you're interested in is Control. See ya.